Western Pennsylvania is known for great golf courses, Oakmont, Longview, and Laurel Valley, just to name a few. And these courses have some of the best holes anywhere. Some are challenging, some are beautiful, and some have the best view money can buy. Over the next hour, we travel around Western Pennsylvania to find our favorites. This is KDKA's Elite 18 2023. Good evening and welcome inside our KDK studios for the Elite 18 presented by JP Roofing. I'm your host, Rich Walsh. Now, if you ever debate with your golfing buddies what are the best courses in the area or your favorite holes on those courses, well, we have you covered. Bob Pompeani and I picked our Elite 18 for this year. One hole per course is the rule. And we start with one of my favorite courses that has maybe the best views this side of the Mississippi, the Longview Club.
The Elite 18 is presented by JP Roofing.
The historic Longview Club in Verona is one of the oldest golf clubs in the area, also one of the best. Founded in 1920, the views are absolutely breathtaking, and the course is even better. The fourth hole has it all. High up, overlooking Fox Chapel, with a glimpse of the downtown skyline. This 550-yard par 5 is undeniably one of the nicest holes anywhere.
Can't top this view, Brennan, right? I mean, it's unbelievable standing up here on this tee.
Yeah, it's one of the best on property. You know, Longview, we're so lucky we have so many great views, but this one takes the cake. Looking down, seeing that river, seeing the bridges, it's one of the best we've got here.
This dogleg left requires the perfect tee shot for any chance at getting home in two.
So this is very much a risk-reward par 5. You know, you look at the scorecard, it doesn't look long in length by any stretch. It feels like it should be a birdie hole, but the way that this hole is set up, you know, we really need to keep our drive on the right side of the fairway. There's a bit of a speed slot out there that will kick the ball. As we can see, it will turn to the left as it gets down there. There's also, as we said, a lot of risk there. There's bunkers down both sides of the fairways that take this hole from a birdie hole into a let's just hope that we make par hole. Wow. That's perfect.
And it doesn't get any easier if you hit the fairway, out of bounds along the right side with trees and a hillside on the left.
Brennan, tell me, what do you think I should do here? I'm going to try to go for it. We got about a little over 200 yards.
Yeah, a little over 200 yards. You know, again, the tricky part about this second shot is it's such a small landing area. Oh, man.
How about like that?
That could be pretty darn good.
Roll.
But where you place this ball is important here, right? I mean, look at all the undulations and how the ball can run away from you if you get it past the hole here.
Right. Understanding where the pin is on this green and kind of rule of thumb around this place is you don't want to be long if you can help it. Be nice. Be nice.
Oh.
Had it the whole way.
Oh, no. I'll take a par.
Yeah. Like I said, par's never a bad score here. This is a lot trickier than it looks.
And the par 5 fourth at Longview looks fantastic. It doesn't get much better than Longview. We featured number 4 that overlooks Fox Chapel, but the par 5 15th has views just as spectacular. And speaking of Fox Chapel, that's where we're headed to next. The Fox Chapel Golf Club, the course was designed by Seth Rayner in 1923, hosted the Curtis Cup and the Senior Players Championship, and is consistently ranked as one of the top 100 golf courses by Golf Magazine. Bob Pompeani takes a look at one of the best at Fox Chapel.
As we continue our Elite 18 golf holes of Western Pennsylvania, you can't help but come to Fox Chapel Golf Club. Alex Childs is the golf professional, and this hole you've chosen is a very interesting one. A lot of people like short par 4s, but beware, there is trouble.
Yeah, this is a 322-yard par 4, really set for everybody. Good player, you know, beginner. Why I chose it is it's a hole that everyone can play. So there's a generous fairway. If you want to take a risk, you can take driver. But overall, it's one of those risk-reward holes that Seth Rayner is known for. Oh, perfect. That should be right in between them.
All right, so here you are. You are in birdie range, I imagine.
Yep. About 88 yards to the hole. You can kind of see how this is elevated green. You kind of had that elevated tee down to the fairway. Now we have to hit a little bit higher shot. So what's difficult is pitching the ball high enough so that it's going to stop. A little bit.
All right, so Alex, you got 20 feet for birdie, but this is not an easy putt.
No, we got a little right to left, breaking towards the side of the green, maybe a couple inches outside the hole, and with some speed, it'll turn a little bit left, and hopefully we have one for 3.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was pretty
3,
good for
birdie,
2.
baby.
That was good.
Alex, thank you very much.
Hey, my pleasure. I enjoyed it.
Outstanding hole. It's only
Thank you.
322 yards, but it could be a bogey hole, or like Alex, it can be a birdie hole. Thanks for joining us.
Stay right there. Coming up next, we showed you 2 of the best private golf course holes. Now let's take you to a couple places that everyone can play, including JP Roofing's owner Joe Potocznik. We head out to Elwood City and Old Stonewall after the break.
The Elite 18 is presented by JP Roofing. Quality long remembered, always at a fair price.
Welcome back to the Elite 18. When you think of elite public golf courses, Old Stonewall has to be one of the courses at the top of that list. Golf Digest ranked it as the #1 public golf course in the state of Pennsylvania. And earlier, we talked about the spectacular views at Longview. Well, Old Stonewall has a hole that's not to be outdone. Bob Pompeani takes Joe Potocznik to check it out.
The Elite 18 is presented by JP Roofing.
Today we go to one of the most beautiful views you're going to find in western Pennsylvania. It is the 16th hole at Old Stonewall in Elwood City. And what a view it is. Back tee straight downhill. It is a long hole, especially from the great tees. What makes it challenging and what must you do as a golfer to secure par?
Yeah, 474 par 4 from the epic tees. But if you hit that little speed slot on the right side, it plays probably 445, 450 after that drop. It has a little bit for everybody. You know, the fairways are super wide, super generous, but if you get off the fairways, the fescue areas and things like that are penal, for sure. The bunkering is dramatic. There's a lot of variety. It's for all different skill levels, 5 tees. You could play it from anywhere from basically 5,500 to 7,100. So it handles all skill levels and any type of tournament.
We're here with Joe Potocznik, JP from JP Roofing, our sponsor. So we figured you have the long ball off the tee. We'll give you this opportunity.
Oh, thanks, Bob. It's going to be a challenge. It's one of the nicest courses I've been on, and the hole's very challenging, and what a beautiful view out there.
Beautiful. That's what you want, right center of the fairway down there. Great job.
That was great. Good ball.
All right, JP, so the first task is complete. We got it in the fairway, but still a long way to go, 144 to the pin, front pin. What do you like here?
Well, Bob, you outdrove me on this one, and what I like here is the green's big.
Well, that means you shouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I shouldn't miss it.
Oh, that's right at the flag.
Looking good.
Beautiful golf shot.
Thank you, Bob.
Do you have a day job or what?
Yeah.
No, well, don't tell me you're lining that up. It's 6 inches away.
I always have to line it up. Oh.
How about a birdie? An all-around good putt right there.
Thank you.
All right, so JP, birdie man, congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
Nice hole here, and thanks for being the sponsor of the Elite 18. Number 16 is Stonewall. It's a big-time hole.
It is. It's a beautiful course.
From Elwood City to Greensburg, we find a hidden gem of a golf course, a beautiful layout tucked into the rolling hills of western PA. One of the great things about Totteridge, it's fair, and golfers of all skill levels can have fun. Now, I'm a gambler when it comes to golf, so I love risk-reward holes, and Totteridge has one of the best. Out in Greensburg is one of the nicest public golf courses in all of western Pennsylvania, Totteridge. This 18-hole link-style layout is exactly what you would expect from a Reese Jones design course. Unique, fair, and visually exciting, especially the par 4 17th.
So this is an awesome hole with an awesome view. What do you love about this hole?
Well, I think it's a great hole. It's one of our good finishing holes here. At Totteridge, we have a lot of long and bold par 4s, and as you're finishing the hole, this is one of your last great birdie opportunities.
Man, it's a wow factor here.
Yes, correct, yes. This is one hole that when we see a lot of pictures on social media, this is one of the holes where a lot of people will take foursome pictures at, and it's something that they could remember out here at Totteridge.
Number 17 demands a precise shot off the tee. Very narrow fairway, only about 25 yards wide. If you miss in either direction, right or left, high fescue grass awaits.
So from here, the hole plays 379 yards. It is severely downhill. This is a risk-reward hole, so you could take it right over the bunker, about 270 yards, and everything will funnel right in front of the green and leave yourself a nice little pitch shot to the hole.
Totteridge can play over 7,100 yards. The blue tees are about 6,659 yards.
Oh, I like it. Looks like a perfect shot to me. So this is an ideal drive here, Brian. We
Correct.
got about 50, 60 yards.
Correct. Now this green does run away from you, so we're gonna have to try to land this in the very front of the green or even on the fringe and just try to let it feed up to the pin. It's a great looking shot right there. Excellent. So you have a little 8 to 10 footer here. I'd say play it on the right side of the cup and just let it feed back to the left. There you go.
Number 17 at Totteridge is definitely worth the price of admission. Coming up next on the Elite 18, we head to Sewickley and play one of the best holes at one of the most historic clubs in Western PA.
Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
Memorial Day back in 1895, Allegheny Country Club opened its doors. It was originally a 6-hole course designed by Sam Tucker. The following year, they added 3 more holes. They eventually reached out to renowned golf course designer Donald Ross to make up one of the best 18 holes around. Bob takes a look at one of his favorites.
As we continue our Elite 18, man, you got to include Allegheny Country Club, one of the best in Western PA. They got a lot of holes out here, which are outstanding. But John Aber, you're the man. You've been here for a long time. Tell us what we're picking here today and why.
Well, this is hole number 10. It's one of our, I think we have a lot of great holes here, but it's one of our, we only have 2 par 5s. This is a hard one though, 606 yards and really a good hole.
So you got to hit 2 great shots to set up a 3rd shot. Then you get to a green that's a little bit deceiving, I think.
The right side of the green is very difficult, protected by a bunker on the right. Beauty. Hey, good drive here right in the fairway. So now you want to hit your 2nd shot right at that left bunker. I don't think we can reach it from here. Right at that left bunker. Little left. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Right here, unfortunately in the fescue.
Oh, the fescue.
Tough lie. Good out.
All right, so out of the fescue, I left myself, what?
93 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got a wedge in your hand or something. I think you want to hit it right at that flag. Good swing.
I need to make this, but it looks like it has a little turn to it.
Yeah, I think a little right to left. You hit a nice shot in here, pin high. A little right to left. A couple cups on the right. Good speed.
So John, number 10 is all you can handle, right? And making a par, I imagine, is a pretty good score for anyone.
Par's good. You have to hit 3 really good shots. If you miss one of your shots or hit it in the rough, you're going to struggle for the rest of the hole.
That's number 10 at Allegheny Country Club, 606 yards. It's all you can eat.
Now there are 2 fantastic courses in Sewickley. You will see the other one later in the show. Now let's go back to Westmoreland County. Built in 1954, Westmoreland Country Club is one of the courses you have to hit shots, especially on this difficult par 4. Westmoreland Country Club has one of the most demanding par 4s in the area. Number 17 can play as long as 430 yards, but it feels much longer.
This is our number 2 handicap on the hole. It's a little over 400. It plays a little bit longer after the uphill tee shot, but it really requires a solid drive. Then you're going to probably have about 160, 170 in.
Zach Turek is the pro at Westmoreland and shows us the perfect way to play this hole.
All right, Zach, number 17 here. Nice par 4. What do you like about this hole?
It's my favorite on the golf course because it requires you to hit 2 shots. You have to turn it off the tee from right to left, then on the approach shot you have to kind of slide it in from left to right. So it asks you to do everything, and it's very demanding. You'll see one lone tree kind of out in the fairway, kind of right down the center line of the fairway. You want to hit it at that or be slightly left of it, kind of turn it off. That would be ideal.
Looks pretty good. So Zach, this is a good drive. We have about 170 to the middle of the green.
Absolutely, but this is the spot you want to be, and you really want to hit this approach shot. You can try and push it all the way back to the hole location, but really the center of the green's perfect.
Now that's a nice swing. Well, he's the pro. What I love about this hole, Zach, is you can't see this from the tee. It's almost like a blind tee shot, but when you get up here, look how open it is and how nice it is, the view towards the green.
Absolutely. No, it's really the best hole on the golf course in my opinion. It asks you to do the most. It asks you to hit proper golf shots the entire time.
What kind of break here?
Little left to right, kind of goes uphill in the very beginning, then flattens back out down towards the hole.
Par's not a bad score here.
You're very happy once you get your ball out of the hole and you're going 18.
That's number 17 at Westmoreland Country Club. Sinclair Country Club is the only course on our list that has 27 holes to pick from. A magnificent 18-hole championship golf course that's beautiful and challenging, plus the Terrace 9 that adds a little fun. Bob Pompeani had some fun navigating one particular hole at Sinclair.
The Elite 18 is presented by JP Roofing.
As we continue our look at the Elite 18, best golf holes in Western PA, you can't help but come to Sinclair Country Club. Jay Mull is the head professional here, and we've chosen a hole that, man, you could pick any hole out here, I know, but this is the #1 handicap hole, number 3 at Sinclair. Tell us about it.
It's 406 yards. You've got water on the right. You've got water that's a forced carry over to the green. That makes it a real challenge, so you got to make a decision off the tee box whether you're going to take the big dog or if you're going to take an iron and put it in play, because the rough at Sinclair is a challenge as well. And the goal for me here is to put it in the fairway. You know, it's 406. We got a back pin today, so I'm going to take my Titleist 2 iron here, try to bump it down the middle, maybe 220, 225, leave myself a short to mid iron in, and let's see how it goes.
Perfect.
Good one.
You lie well. All right, so Jay, you hit a very nice shot. I needed a driver to get where you hit your iron, which tells me a lot about my game. What do we have?
There, we got a back right pin, you know, over a forced carry, so it's 150 to the hole, 151 actually. #1 rule is don't go long at Sinclair because it is just firm, fast greens that are tough to get up and down.
Pin high, a little left, but 2 putts,
Absolutely.
maybe 1, you never know.
Never know.
I'm here, but I have a long way to go. So uphill, got to hit it.
I like you being below the hole versus above it. So we got an uphiller, swinging pretty good right to left, but you can do it. Get going. Get going. Great towards. Not too bad.
So there you have it. The #1 handicap hole at Sinclair is number 3, 406 yards. One of the best golf courses around Western Pennsylvania, no doubt. Thanks to Jay Mull. We appreciate your time. And we'll see you next time on Elite 18.
Stay right there. We finish up the front 9 with another one of Fox Chapel's finest, and then head back to Verona for one of the most demanding par 4s in the area.
Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
Welcome back to the Elite 18. Verona, PA has 2 holes we can call elite. Green Oaks Country Club made our list. This par 71 Donald Ross design course has a big boy par 4 that is a true test of distance and accuracy. Green Oaks Country Club in Verona is a diamond in the rough. Rolling hills, beautiful views, and great conditions, and one of the best holes in the area. The par 4 9th can make or break any round. It can play up to 440 yards slightly uphill with an elevated green.
This is a tough one, isn't it?
One of the toughest ones we have here at Green Oaks, no question. It's 416 yards from the white tees to a semi-flat fairway that slopes a little bit to the left, and the fairway drops off in the right rough and left rough, so the fairway's definitely the best spot to be.
It's visually appealing too. I mean, you have this pond in front of you, and a nice big fairway. It looks like you have a nice big landing area, and just you can see the hole up in the distance.
It is, and it's one of the few holes here that does not have a fairway bunker, so it's as hard as it gets.
Even with a good drive, you still have a long approach shot that plays much longer because you don't want to be short into this Donald Ross green with a false front.
Even if you hit a bomb on this drive, you have to get one more club because the green is so elevated and you have that false front that your ball hits in the front, it could come back down to the fairway.
If the ball doesn't make it up to the green, and it needs to make it about 10 feet into the green, it can go back 40 yards or so.
And when you get to this large green, you better be careful. It's slick with a lot of breaks.
This is a big green, but I don't even know if there's a good spot to land it when you have a front pin like this, because everything slopes down, and if you hit it too far, you can potentially roll it off the green.
The pin's a little bit safer here where it's at today because it's far enough off the front, but it still breaks hard from right to left. I would bet that's going to be pretty good. Maybe really good.
Oh, close, close.
Not bad at all.
All right, Ed, thanks.
Thank you very much.
You won't find too many holes that are more demanding than number 9 at Green Oaks Country Club. Green Oaks opened in 1905 as a 9-hole course, then expanded to 18 in 1913. And to finish the front 9, let's go back to Fox Chapel. Donald Ross also had some input in designing the prestigious Pittsburgh Field Club, which hosted the PGA Championship in 1937. Players like Sam Snead, Byron Nelson competed for a $12,000 purse. Denny Shute won the event on the first hole of sudden death. Bob Pompeani tees it up at one of the best at the Field Club.
As we continue our Elite 18 golf holes of Western Pennsylvania, boy, you can't help but come to the Pittsburgh Field Club. I'm joined here by Chris Sheehan, who's a golf professional here, and this hole is pretty legendary in many different ways, isn't it?
It is. You know, our local legendary golfer, Mr. Palmer, he had a book written a long time ago where he detailed his 54 greatest holes in America. It included 20 par 4s, 20 par 3s, and 15 par 5s, and he included the 12th hole here at Field Club as one of the top 20 par 4s in the country. When you play it from the tips, it's 469 yards. We're going to play it here at 430, which
thank you.
Most of the members play it. But it's just demanding, you know, you miss tee shots left or right. The rough on the right-hand side is one of the thickest roughs in all of Western PA. You get to the green complex, you know, the sharp hill on the left-hand side, the sharp bunker on the right-hand side. There's really nowhere to miss.
All right, so Chris, here's my ball. You, of course, have outdriven me.
Yeah, but you're in the fairway, which is plan A. Oh, beauty, Pop.
9-iron 170. That's a league I don't understand. You gonna give me this?
Yeah, you got about, I don't know, 50, 60 feet. Probably gonna break a foot to your left. You can see that bunker in the distance, and you know, maybe play on the right side of that bunker. Wow. Woo!
I'll take a par. So making a par for me is great. I mean, I normally play this hole like a bogey. If you come away with here a 4, I think you've pretty much been successful.
Yeah, I think you've picked up a half a stroke to a stroke on the field and whatever you're playing, and 4 is a great score here. You played well.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Yeah,
Chris.
absolutely. It's great to be with you.
It's number 12 at Pittsburgh Field Club, part of our Elite 18.
Coming up next, we have a couple more public golf courses that made our list, which include a couple fantastic par 3s.
The Elite 18 is presented by JP Roofing. Quality long remembered, always at a fair price. Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
Welcome back to the Elite 18. I'm your host, Rich Walsh. We now make the turn to the back 9 of our best holes of 2023, and we start out in Connellsville and the Pleasant Valley Golf Club, formerly Pleasant Valley Country Club. It turned public in 2018, so anyone can play now, including our Bob Pompeani.
Today we make a stop at Pleasant Valley. It is a beautiful public golf course. This is par 3 number 8, 185 yards. Could be longer because they have back tees. Tom Baxter is here from the club. Tom, how did you guys turn this par 5 into a par 3?
Well, the par 5 had a pretty swampy area on the approach to it, and the owner, Tuffy Schallenberger, decided, let's just make it a par 3, and since there was a lot of water in the area, it made perfect for an island green.
I think it's one of the more beautiful holes that you could find anywhere in golf, public or private.
Absolutely, and it's very challenging holes. I think if we had a scuba diver in our lake down there, we'd find a numerous amount of balls. So, people come just to play this hole. Sometimes they'll hit 3 or 4 balls off of it just to see if they can hit the green. So it makes it challenging, and of course it's very nice anyhow for people to come and play it for the first time and enjoy it. Okay, Bob, you're going to try to hit this 175 yards to the center of the green. That is a sucker pin where it's at right now. Oh, baby, I like that one. That is a dandy. Great shot.
All right, Tom, mission 1 complete. On the green, not in the water. Now what do I got?
You got a putt uphill. It's going to break about 2 foot to your right. Speed is everything here. Don't hit it past the cup. You'll have a tester back.
I'll take 1 putts, no 2 putts.
Nope. I like it. Great speed.
All right, so
it's a great putt.
I'll take a par anytime in here, right? Most people
Absolutely. This is a great par opportunity right now. Any par is a hole for the first time. So it can be done.
So that is number 8 here at Pleasant Valley, a great demanding par 3. It is a great hole. If you're out in this area, make sure you check out Pleasant Valley. It is definitely worth the opportunity.
I know we've had a few holes with great views of Western Pennsylvania. Our next hole takes us to a place with a grand view. Our Elite 18 takes us to Braddock and the Grandview Golf Club, a public facility that offers exactly what the name of the course is, a grand and majestic view overlooking the Mon Valley, including the Edgar Thompson facility and Pittsburgh's favorite theme park, Kennywood. And tucked in the middle of this 18-hole course is a very unique par 3.
I love this hole. I love this hole just because of the way it looks and the drop. What do you like about this hole?
I like the fact that depending upon if you're an experienced player or if you're a player that just started out, as long as you get the ball in the air, you can play this hole.
The yardage is 165 yards, but that doesn't take into account the 100-plus foot drop from the tee to the green, so it plays more like 120, give or take, depending on the wind.
There's always wind at Grandview,
Okay.
Always.
This day, I pulled out my pitching wedge.
It's right on if it's far enough. Beautiful shot. Well done. And the green slopes from back to front, so because the pin is back today, it's not so bad, but if the pin's in the front, you have a really tough chip shot or you have a really tough two-putt to make from the back of the green, so it makes it very difficult.
Not a bad shot, right?
Real good
I
one.
like this hole.
Below the hole.
All right, how does this break here? Little left edge?
It's going to be a little left edge. It's going to die, because it's going up the hill, it's going to die a little bit left. Yeah.
Okay, let's try to make birdie.
Get there, get there.
Oh.
It did go a little right.
It did.
Yeah, it did a little bit right.
A little more right than I thought. I'll take par.
Absolutely on this hole.
That's number 14 at Grandview Golf Club. Coming up next on our Elite 18, we find a diamond in the rough out in Westmoreland County. We head out to Willowbrook Country Club after the break.
Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
Well, there aren't a lot of places in this country that have as many great golf courses as we do here in the Pittsburgh area. Willowbrook Country Club is a fantastic course out in Apollo with one fantastic par 4. About 40 minutes outside of Pittsburgh in Apollo sits Willowbrook Country Club. Number 6 is one of the best par 4s around. All right, we're at Willowbrook Country Club and I'm with head pro Brian Dunaway here. And one of my favorite holes here is number 6. Why do you like 6 so much?
Well, it is a great challenge. It's our number 3 handicap hole. The most important shot is the drive.
There's no question you have to hit a long and accurate tee shot. 260 yards with a slight draw will put you in prime position.
I typically play a draw, so my target's always the right bunker. That's kind of my aim here on this hole, and then if I swing it right, it should be right in the middle of the fairway.
Looks good.
An ideal shot like Brian hit in between the trees on the left and fairway bunker on the right leaves you about 140 yards away from the green. But with the pin tucked left, you might just want to aim at the center.
Not too bad.
Nice shot.
Not only is it a long hole for a par 4, 425 yards, but look at the green, all these subtle undulations. No matter where you put this pin, you're going to have breaks at the hole.
Yeah, this is one of the typical greens at Willowbrook. Very subtle undulations. They can drive you crazy throughout your round. Just, you have to be very conscientious of the speed.
Too much.
Actually, that's what happens. It just goes the other way. It's hard to make a lot of putts here.
That's number 6 at Willowbrook Country Club. Now, Sewickley Country Club has maybe the most challenging par 5 in the state. Bob was up for the challenge. Well, sort of.
As we continue our look at the Elite 18 of Western Pennsylvania, you could not have one of these sort of things without a look at Sewickley Heights Golf Club, one of the best in Western PA. Dave Malintak, you've chosen a very interesting hole, the second longest in Western PA.
Yes, I have. Truly, this hole here for everybody that plays. And why I chose this one, it demands 3 perfect shots just to have an opportunity at a birdie.
But once you hit a good tee shot, the work just begins, isn't it? It's a very demanding second, third, and then green.
You know, I was thinking about it last night. It's a par 5 when you look at it from here, and when you get up to the top of the hill, you look at it and go, it's a par 5 from here. There we go. Typically, you have, after 2 good shots, 140 to 120. So obviously my drive wasn't the greatest, but good second shot, put me in a position. I just got to fly at about 175. I'll take that one. Yeah, I'll take that one all day.
All right, Dave, you're here in 3, which is an accomplishment for anyone because you're putting for birdie. I'm over there in 4, which means I have a tricky putt, but what are you going to do here? What is your goal?
Keep it inside 5 feet. And any member that plays here, any guest that's played here knows how difficult this putt is from the right side of the green.
Well, that looks nice. Come down. Come down more.
Just too hard. A little too hard. Ba-boom. Boom!
Pars are good on this hole.
Pars are fantastic on this hole.
So now you see why we chose this as one of the toughest, 644 yards. Pars are good, right?
Pars are exceptional.
Well, you made one.
Thank God.
I didn't.
That's all right, Paul.
That's the way it should be.
Next time you will.
Dave, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
You betcha, buddy.
And speaking of long and challenging par 5s, let me take you out to Ligonier Country Club, where you start your round with everything you have in your bag. High atop of the Laurel Highlands is this hidden gem of a golf hole at Ligonier Country Club. Number 1 is a 600-yard par 5, and it plays every bit of it.
Sean, this is a monster of a hole, isn't it?
Yes, it is. From the back tees, it'll play 585 yards, but we can max it out to a little over 600 yards.
The hole is straight ahead, and that's exactly the kind of drive you need, straight and long. Head golf professional Sean Noss gives us his pro tip of how to play this hole and how not to make a big number right out the gate.
Unless you hit it really far. It's a 3-shot hole. The idea is to play to the left side of the fairway.
Not only is it a long hole, a demanding hole, but it's also a very pretty hole too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with this is, you know, one, it's a good look from a little elevated tee, then it goes down and then up. But to the left, you see the little mountain view, so that's the best part.
Ligonier was built in 1925 with some inspiration from Arnold Palmer. And when you finally get to the green, it doesn't get any easier. 2 tiers sloping from back to front that makes some pin placements nearly impossible.
This is a good location to be in, but I'd imagine with a front pin placement like this, if you're up there, you're in jeopardy of putting it off the green.
Yeah, definitely. We're pretty quick right now, and anything that gets above there, you're definitely going to roll off, and you may roll 30 yards off.
So you have a 600-yard par 5, and then you give the golfer this.
Tough hole. It's a great starting hole, though.
And you can't make everything, especially on this green. Number 1 at Ligonier Country Club is a beauty. Coming up next on our Elite 18, there's 2 courses not far from the city that have 2 of the finest holes in Pittsburgh, Edgewood Country Club and Chartiers Country Club. Bob and I take the challenges after the break.
Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
Welcome back. I'm Rich Walsh. Bob Pompeani and I traveled all around Western PA trying to find the best golf holes. We didn't have to look far for the next 2. First up, take the Parkway East right off the Churchill exit is Edgewood Country Club, a course with some of the fastest greens around. We head to Edgewood Country Club in Churchill. Number 13 makes our list, a challenging 400-yard par 4, a dogleg right, and you will need an accurate shot off the tee to avoid this fairway bunker. Too far in either direction could put you in big trouble. High fescue grass and out of bounds to the right and trees to the left.
One of my favorite holes in Western Pennsylvania is at Edgewood Country Club, number 13, a par 4, about 400 yards. I love the way it looks off the tee, a little dogleg right, and the green is amazing. What do you like about this hole?
It's really a classic design. Classic Donald Ross features right there, bunkering that sets up where you want the tee ball to be.
Perfect.
Well done. You can play it from there.
And a perfect tee shot should leave you in a great spot in the fairway, nestled in between these 2 fairway bunkers.
The pin in the front gives me a lot of different options. Your ideal play is to bounce it up onto the green right there. You have the ability to do so.
All right, so we get about 140 from
About 140 into the wind.
Right at it.
That might be my best shot of the day.
And it doesn't get any easier when you get to the green. Huge undulating green that is lightning fast.
The one thing I love about this green, it's so big, it's so long and narrow, and you have so many different pin placements, difficult ones too, like this one in the front or way in the back.
Correct. You have almost 44 yards right there that you can navigate. You have a front pin that's a very challenging one. The middle ones really mess with your depth perception. The back ones have a tendency to get blocked off by the trees down the right side. You also have some significant contours, very typical of a classic Donald Ross course.
And that's one of my favorites, number 13 at Edgewood Country Club. Edgewood isn't the only course with great and fast greens. All of these courses we featured have some of the best greens in the country, including our next course. This time, take the Parkway West out towards Robinson Township to Chartiers Country Club, where Bob knows a thing or two about this course.
As we continue our series Elite 18, a stop at Chartiers Country Club. Got a lot of great holes out here, but we focus on number 18. It's the finishing hole, par 5, 519. Joe Klinchok is the head golf professional. That sounds scoreable, but there are problems out there, aren't there?
Well, 100%. You know, we read our bunkers, so we have some new hazards that we added. But also, I like the fact that you have a risk reward for, you know, a chance to make an eagle. But also, you know, getting the ball up and down from the left side of the green. If you miss the green left, is very, very difficult. So it's a challenge. Obviously, it's a par 5, so your objective is you want to make 4. It finishes the day, obviously helps your score for sure. But I mean, the first goal is to get the ball in play. You get in the fairways because the right bunkers, as you can see, is no place to be. Just certainly turns it into a 3-shot hole for sure. So you're looking at something at that cross bunker that we have out there. It's from here, it's probably about 290.
Perfect. Great tempo, everything about that shot was wonderful. I barely stayed up here. This is why you don't want to be in one of those fairway bunkers. It's gnarly down there. Makes for a long hole.
There's a good swing.
All right, Joe, you talked about risk reward. This is exactly what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him on TV. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, that's perfect.
Ho, ho, ho.
Here we go, baby. Risk reward, and you got the reward for the risk. You went after it. Joe, you've hit the green in 2, so there's an opportunity for eagle here, but you certainly have a lot of work, don't you?
I do. I mean, this is probably gonna have a good 3 to 3.5 foot break.
Come on down, baby. Let's get an eagle to end the round.
It's got a chance.
Go, 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 go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'll still take that, though.
Awesome birdie.
Thanks.
Nothing like a tap-in birdie to end the round. You want great greens, you come to Chartiers Country Club. We just saw it here on the par 5, 519-yard par 5. That's this week's Elite 18.
Coming up next, Jack Nicklaus had his hands all over the design of this spectacular finishing hole. Plus, even though you saw some great shots, Bob and I are not pros, and we have the proof. Next.
Welcome back to the Elite 18, presented by JP Roofing.
All right, we are in the finishing stretch of our Elite 18. 16 down, 2 more to go. But before we show you the final 2 holes, we reluctantly have to show you some of the shots that did not make the air.
Oh, you're not recording that, are you?
That sucked. I won't be afraid to tell you that one.
All right, that's not good.
I'm going to not mess up again, I promise you.
I'll just pretend, even if this isn't good, I'll just pretend it was.
Go ahead. It's my morning voice. There we go.
Edit, edit.
They might do the outtakes of these ins and outs, because I've been so bad.
Yeah, well, you're a young, swashbuckling guy. I'm not, so I'm going to need a back rub, therapy.
Right at the camera, not at the hole.
Well, that goes to show you we should have asked some of the pros for advice. Now for the finish. We all know about Laurel Valley, one of the greatest golf courses in the country. Bob shows us one of their greatest holes.
A look at an Elite 18 golf format would not be complete without a trip to Laurel Valley. You can make the argument that all 18 of these holes could be elite, because they are. With us right now is Chris McKnight, the golf professional, the man in charge here, and I know this is a fantastic finishing hole, maybe one of the best in the country. What makes it so special?
Well, Bob, several years ago we decided to make a change. We had some trees lining the right side, and they were growing tall, and it was a little difficult to be able to hit your second shot over them, so we decided to remove the trees, enlarge the lake, redo all the bunkers, move the fairway up to the left. It's truly a risk-reward hole now.
Oh, it's a good ball. Perfect.
So it's a par 5. Tell us about what most people do. There's a layup involved. Unless you hit a really good drive, then you're in that go zone, aren't you?
Absolutely. Most people will hit it left of this bunker that you see on the right, and depending on how far they hit it, we'll give them an opportunity to go for it in 2, or they'll hit a mid-iron down to the kind of the landing area, and then wedge on.
So I hit a pretty good drive for me. I'm sitting at 201. So
that's good for you. I would lay up.
I understand that, but you know, I'll get in trouble if I don't go for it. So this is the risk and reward part of the hole.
All right, so Chris, risk reward. You took the risk. Now you have a reward of a possible eagle.
That's right. So
don't be short.
Don't be short. Yeah, you can't be short on an eagle putt. So
get in, baby.
Well, I didn't leave it short.
Now let's get that birdie.
Let's get the birdie.
Yes, sir. Well done.
Thanks,
risk reward.
Man. Well, thanks for coming out.
Number
Appreciate
18 at Laurel Valley. 580 from the back tees. He made it look simple. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
And that was Bob's favorite finishing hole in Western PA. Not of mine, and I don't think there is a better finishing hole than number 18 at Neville Wood Country Club. Located in Presto, the club at Neville Wood is definitely elite. Ranked annually as one of the best courses in Pennsylvania, opened in 1992 and is the only Jack Nicklaus signature golf course in the state. And the par 4 18th is an absolute gem, one of the best finishing holes anywhere.
All right, we're saving the best for last, in my opinion. This is one of my favorite holes in Western Pennsylvania, number 18 at Neville Wood. Not only is it a commanding hole, but it's so pretty, Corey.
It is. I'm biased, but favorite finishing hole I've ever played for sure.
All right, what do you like about it?
You got the wide opening fairway, but Mr. Nicklaus was very smart in putting a bunker right smack dab in the middle of it. And then the second shot is really the difference maker, and it all depends on where the hole location is that day. That makes the difference of how hard this hole really plays at the end of the day.
Number 18 plays 440 yards from the back. We're playing it at 415, and you need every bit of 250 yards off the tee to clear the trap in the middle, which would be an ideal landing spot.
All right, I'm gonna go at the bridge.
A little further left than I was thinking, but it's safe. It's the widest fairway, I think, in Western Pennsylvania.
All right, Corey, after about a 260-yard drive, we have about 164 to a back pin placement, and it's every bit of 164.
It's every bit. It's going to be a full 160 just to get back to that back shelf here.
And this is the wow factor of number 18. Waterfalls, a bridge, and a 2-story clubhouse as the backdrop.
Great finishing hole in a great way with the clubhouse in the background.
I guess sometimes golfers don't want people watching
Correct,
after
yes,
this approach shot, right?
Exactly, without a doubt.
Oh,
you got the skip out of the rock.
I got the skip out. So I got lucky out of the water, but this is not a lucky putt.
Tour this bounce. Yeah, no, not a lucky putt. There's a lot of break, a lot of right to left break here. Great speed.
Not too bad. Go in the hole.
Oh, great line. Great line and great speed. That was awesome.
And this is why Neville Wood's 18th is my favorite hole in Western Pennsylvania. And it helps when you get a good skip off the water. Well, that's our Elite 18 for 2023. We did leave one pretty great course off the list, and it wasn't by design. Oakmont Country Club is going through a major renovation of all 18 holes, getting ready for the U.S. Open in 2025. Now, we could have picked more than a few holes there, and I'm sure we will the next time we do this. So let us know what you think, and maybe we can tee it up sometime. For Bob Pompeani, I'm Rich Walsh. We'll see you later, hopefully on a golf course.